Hey there guys, what's going on and welcome back to our channel. When it comes to basketball, tall and strong or muscular players usually come into our minds. But have you guys ever heard about a 5-foot man excelling in basketball and the wrath of his skills is so magnanimous that he's actually feared to be played against? If what I just said pretty much intrigued you, well then here is all I know as to why NBA players fear this 5-foot man. All of you might be wondering as to what the identity of this 5-foot tall dreaded man is. His name is Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. The audience would lift their hands and try to contain their amusement as he entered the court. This chap can't possibly be serious. Who could question them after all? Tyrone Muggsy Bogues is the NBA's shortest player, standing at just 5 feet 3 inches tall. His was an elevation that brought him from the Baltimore Initiatives to the global arena as the point guard matched it with the NBA's big boys in an outstanding 14-year journey that saw him score over 6,800 points before retirement in 2001. Tyrone Bogues was born on January 9, 1965 in Baltimore, Maryland. His family used to live in the Lafayette Court Housing Project in East Baltimore when he was younger. He had a motivation to finish basketball at a young age. Throughout his formative days, playing basketball inhabited just about all of his time. To practice slam dunks, Bogues and his friends hung an open-bottom milk crate from a ledge. Despite the fact that Bogues was shorter than almost all the other players, he successfully established himself as one of the neighborhood's best athletes. At the Lafayette Courts Community Recreation Center, he spent a considerable time practicing as much as he could. 3 other future NBA players were able to develop their skills at this recreation center. Tyrone Muggsy Bogues had no idea how talented he was until the time that he actually started to shine and stand out amongst the game of the tall. In his own words, initially, Bogues harbored no dreams of reaching such heights. I was just trying to play the game, having fun. It was a hobby for me at the time. I was playing and having a lot of success, but I also felt a lot of criticism behind it. I didn't know why, he further added. People had started talking about my size, how short I was, saying some cruel things. I just wanted to play the game and I kept playing. This attitude and zealous dedication towards the sport translates into great achievements and recognition for him that changed his whole life for good. His perseverance, combined with a persistent defensive style, enabled him to mug his neighborhood opposition, earning him the nickname. Like an unwelcome late evening mist, he followed the bigger men. To quote his words, "I was stealing the ball from the other guys. Every time they dribbled the ball, I used to take it and I'd go down the court and I'd either lay it up for myself or I'd pass it to one of my teammates. I was getting a lot of excitement from that. I felt good about doing that." Bogues traveled from being the most consistent performer in recreational leagues to being the most prolific scorer on unquestionably the greatest high school team of all time, the legendary Dunbar High School team of 1983, which included future NBA stars David Wingate, Reggie Williams, and Reggie Lewis. Are you also wondering how he made it this far to the NBA? Let's find out together. Bogues was selected by the Washington Bullets in the 1987 NBA Draft. He was selected in the 12th round of the draft. Many sports journalists and supporters questioned he would be able to succeed in the NBA. Many believed that his only contribution to a team was to act as a stunt to generate revenue. With a strong rookie season, he proved them wrong. He had a fast-paced skill that was difficult to master. Do you want to know another fun fact? A fact that will be very difficult to be recreated. It's worth noting that Manute Bol was on the same team as him at the moment. It's a record that the world's tallest and shortest player were playing on the same team at the same time. Manute Bol was 7 foot 7 inches. There was a 28-inch size difference between them. Isn't this the single most fascinating fact ever in the history of basketball, or perhaps all of the sporting games history? During the 1992-93 season, Bogues played a key role in the Hornets' first ever NBA playoff appearance. He set career highs in chances created, attempts to steal, minutes played, big plays, and assists per 48 minutes for the Hornets. It is Tyrone Muggsy Bogues' fearlessness and intricate skill level that he was dreaded by every team that played against him, despite his stature that didn't seem a good fit for such a sport. One of the many other reasons he was feared by NBA players was his swift speed. This was also the prime factor that made all his other skills alleviate his speed. He had a formidable array, which also included a remarkable potential to move instantly. To share his own gold insight on this, he was documented to have said in one of his interviews, "Speed was one of the criteria for me, one of my strengths. But I had to use them all, everything I had. It was his amalgamation and hard work that converted his passion into achievements and results that will be coined and remembered forever in the history of the NBA, and his example is given to all NBA players to see and learn that nothing can stop a player from reaching heights and mountains of success." Are you also recalling watching a short guy in some basketball movie? Well, Bogues' ability didn't end on the basketball court. His legacy was cemented by a guest appearance in the classic movie Space Jam. Not only does he make appearances with Bugs Bunny, but also Michael Jordan, Ewing, Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, and Larry Johnson, deserving company for one of the most well-known players in NBA history. As a matter of fact, after reading this article, we'll all be watching some Space Jam this weekend. Are you wondering where this 5-foot player is now? Well, following his retirement from the NBA, Bogues went into property investment. His spirit, on the other hand, never decided to leave basketball. He was hired to mentor the Charlotte Sting of the Women's National Basketball Association in 2005. He assumed his traditional style as the team's shortest member. In 2007, the Charlotte Sting closed its doors. In 2011, he was given another coaching job. He began training the boys' high school team at United Faith Christian Academy. He was also recruited as a representative for the Charlotte Hornets in 2014. Do you all wonder what made him so successful? To quote his words, "I understood what goes into the game," he says, "and having that understanding, it allowed me to play my game very aggressively. Change the game." Therefore, along with sheer talent, heart and smart dedication can all mix up to create a story as beautiful and strong as the story of Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. If there are any other 5-foot-tall NBA fans out there who are inspired by Bogues' story and success, do let us know in the comments section below. And while you're doing that, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can catch up with more NBA related goodness from our channel in the future. And with that, I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now.